Welcome to Gentle Spirit Bloom, where we explore the deepest wisdoms of life through stories that touch the soul and mind. High upon a misty mountain, an ancient quarry stood silently, guarding the raw materials that would one day shape human history. In this rugged place, two massive stones lay side by side, born from the same earth, sharing the same mineral strength. The master sculptor arrived one day, seeking the perfect stones to build a magnificent temple that would stand for 1,000 years. Both stones were chosen for their quality, taken from their resting place to begin a journey of transformation in the workshop. The workshop was a place of creation and destruction, where raw potential was forced to reveal its true form through hard labor. The master began his work on the first stone, intending to craft a masterpiece, but the stone immediately resisted the sharp tool. It cried out in agony with every strike, complaining that the pain was too great and the suffering was simply unbearable. Seeing the stone could not endure the process, the master decided to spare it from further pain, changing his original plan. With just 4 simple cuts and minimal effort, the first stone was shaped into flat blocks, destined to become simple steps. It felt relieved to be left alone so quickly, happy to escape the sharp chisel and the heavy blows of the hammer. The master then turned his attention to the second stone, knowing that this work would require patience, time, and immense precision. The first strikes were brutal and deep, carving away large chunks of rock to reveal the rough outline of a figure. Pain surged through the stone, but it remained silent, understanding that this suffering was necessary for a higher purpose to emerge. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, yet the stone never complained, accepting every cut as part of its destiny. The sculptor worked tirelessly, refining the shape, smoothing the edges, and slowly bringing a divine form out of the cold rock. It endured thousands of strikes, each one chipping away the unnecessary parts, leaving only the essence of peace and spiritual beauty. The pain was constant and relentless, but the second stone held on to the vision of what it was slowly becoming. Finally, the work was done. The rough stone had been transformed into a magnificent statue, radiating compassion and timeless serenity. The masterpiece was moved from the dusty workshop to its final home, ready to be placed at the highest point of the temple. The first stone, now cut into slabs, was laid down to form the stairs that people would tread upon every single day. The second stone was placed high above, sitting on a majestic altar where the air was filled with the scent of incense. Every day, hundreds of people walked over the stone steps, their shoes covering it with dirt, mud, and the weight of footsteps. But when they reached the top, they bowed their heads in reverence, whispering prayers and offering their deepest respect to the statue. One night, under the pale moonlight, when the temple was silent, the stone steps could no longer contain their growing bitterness. The steps cried out to the statue, asking why their fates were so different despite coming from the exact same origin. It said, "Why do people step on me with dirty shoes, yet they worship you with flowers and bow down in prayer? We are brothers, born from the same mountain, made of the same rock. Why is your life filled with glory while mine is suffering?" The statue looked down with infinite pity and replied softly, "My dear brother, do you remember the day the sculptor arrived? Do you remember how you cried out in pain after only a few strikes? You refused to endure the chisel's sharp bite because you could not bear the pain of transformation. You chose the easy path. You chose to remain a simple block. I, however, endured thousands of strikes. I let the chisel cut deep into my soul. I bore the pain you rejected. Every strike that hurt me was carving away my roughness. I accepted the suffering to become something greater than just a rock." The steps fell silent, realizing that the difference in their fate was not luck, but the result of their own choices. One chose comfort and became a stepping stone. The other chose endurance and became a symbol of hope and reverence for all. This story is a mirror for our own lives. We often look at the success of others with envy and bitterness. We see their glory, their wealth, and their status, but we rarely see the thousands of painful cuts they endured. True greatness is not given, it is carved. It is carved by discipline, by sacrifice, and by the refusal to give up. If you want to shine like a diamond, you must be willing to be cut. You cannot remain whole and be a masterpiece. Do not be jealous of those who stand at the top if you are not willing to climb the dangerous mountain. Success is proportional to the challenges you overcome. The more you endure, the more valuable your spirit and character become. When life strikes you with a hammer, do not crumble. Stand firm. Let the pain shape you into a better version of yourself. The easy path leads to a life of being walked upon. The hard path leads to a life where you stand tall and strong. Remember the stone Buddha. His value did not come from the material he was made of, but from the pain he survived. Your struggles today are the chisel strikes of life. They are not here to destroy you, but to reveal your true potential. Embrace the process. Trust that every hardship is carving away your flaws, leaving behind wisdom, strength, and a resilient heart. Ask yourself today, do you want to be the step that is trampled or the statue that inspires the world? The choice is yours. Choose the discipline. Choose the long road. Choose to endure the temporary pain for permanent glory. Let your spirit bloom through adversity. Let your character be forged in the fire of challenge. Be the masterpiece of your life. As we leave the ancient temple, carry this lesson in your heart. Your value is defined by what you are willing to overcome. Life is a sculptor, and you are the stone. Don't be afraid of the chisel. It is the only way to find your true face. Thank you for watching this journey. Subscribe to Gentle Spirit Bloom for more stories that awaken your inner strength and wisdom.